Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Jeffrey. Of course, this is the Inquisitive Universe, and today we're going to be talking about the all-new MediaTek Helio G50. Yeah, all new in quotation marks. Now, this is the latest SoC from MediaTek that is supposed to service smartphones, low-end entry-level smartphones from your favorite brands, whatever one you use. I'm not going to mention any names. Now, this SoC was announced in November, the later half of November. And a lot of people have been talking about this SoC, and that's actually how it even got to my notice. My job here is to take these SoCs down, take the information, do the research, and then break the news to you in a way that you will understand not just the technical specifications, but how it affects you, your smartphone use and your other real life stuff, how it's going to work like that. Now, those people who follow me on platforms other than YouTube, even those who follow here on the community tab, I think I've written a post about it. Telegram, Reddit, Facebook, WhatsApp, I posted about this SoC there as well. If you haven't seen it, please do well to get on any of these platforms, whichever one you use, and then search for the Inquisitive Universe. You would find me there very easily. My thoughts on the matter of this SoC are clear. What I want to do in this video right now is that I want to compare the MediaTek Helio G50, the new one, versus the older variants, your Helio P35s, your G35, your G36, your G37. They're all the same SoC, right? But I'm only going to be picking one. Since they're all the same, it doesn't really matter. Let's just pick one. Let's just pick, say, the Helio G35, for example. It's the same thing, right? So we'll pick the Helio G35, and then we're going to use it to compare with the all-new, the latest MediaTek Helio G50 that's going to be gracing smartphones in the first quarter of next year, most likely. That's the soonest day that we can be expecting it, right? So let's proceed now. So of course, as usual, we're going to be starting with performance, CPU, GPUs, right? So when we start with this one, all of these SoCs here, they use ARM Cortex A53. Now, those people who know how I feel about the A53 know that this is the weakest CPU core, I beg your pardon, the weakest CPU core that is on offer from ARM right now. It is the weakest one, the lowest one in terms of pure performance, right? That's why it's entry level anyway, but it's the weakest one. So know what you're buying first and foremost. The clock speed is rather different. The older ones have a peak clock speed, right, of 2.3 gigahertz. This one is clocked down to 2.2, 2.3 to 2.2. So you can see it doesn't really matter much anyway, because they'll still give you roughly the same level of performance, around 140, 150k on Antutu, right, and less than 1000 on Geekbench multi-core. So it doesn't really matter. When you go to the GPUs, it's the same GPU, the PowerVR GE8320, clocked at 680 megahertz. The same thing. It's the same thing. CPU, GPU wise, there's a slight, alteration on the, or correction or management on the clock speed side of things, but basically it's the same thing, right? So let's move on now. Let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about RAM and storage. Now, again, all of these SoCs, from the P35 to the G35 all the way down to the G37, they all use LPDDR4X running at 1600 megahertz. The same thing is what you find on the MediaTek Helio G50. All of these older SoCs, they all use eMMC 5.1. It's the same thing that is supported by the MediaTek Helio G50. When it comes to display support, 1080p display is what the older SoCs support. This one also supports 1080p, but there is a minor change here. 90 Hz refresh rate is all the rage now. So this one is getting 90 Hz support. That's the first change that you would see. 90 Hz support for displays. Still the same 1080p, but 90 Hz refresh rate. Fair enough. Let us proceed. Camera support. The older SoCs, they all supported 25 megapixel cameras maximum. This one comes with 50 megapixel camera support, but with a caveat. You can only use 50MP, the 50MP camera support on this one, to record about 15 FPS of video. About 15 FPS, frames per second. So, which means that for the photography, fine, maybe you can take pictures, but when you want to record video, it is going to downgrade back to 25MP so you can get 30 FPS. And yes, it's all of them, they all support 1080p video at 30 fps. So there is no AI on this one, no AI unit or whatnot. It's entry level, it's understandable. So you can see now that for the display is okay, fine. Same display, 90 Hz increased refresh rate. The camera, they added 50 MP, but it's only for pictures, not for video. If you want to take videos, you are going to go back, all the way back to 25 MP. So basically, it's still 25 megapixel support, right? Let's move on. Let's talk about connectivity now. They all support 4G connectivity, Cat7, LTE Cat7, no 5G here, of course. Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5 on all of them, including the Helio G50. That's it. So I put this on Facebook and somebody told me that, bro, you are trying to twist words. Okay? Twist words, brother. It's, you know, these are the people that we're trying to fight for. These are the people that we're trying to educate, right? Well, these are people that we're trying to tell that, these companies are doing A, or they are doing B, or they are doing C. You gotta wise up, man. And they're like, we don't want the information. Let's bury our heads in the sand. Helio G50, new SoC, the greatest SoC. It's close to Helio G80, so it must be good. And at this point in time, you can't really fight for somebody who doesn't want to leave their old, you know, whatnot. But that's it. The MediaTek Helio G50 is just the same as the old ones. The only thing they did was that they added 90 Hz support and then 50 MP camera support. But other than that, it's the same SoC, the same everything. It's going to handle games the same way. It's going to record videos the same way. It's going to do everything the same way. The same network connectivity, the same Bluetooth, the same Wi-Fi, the same game performance. Everything is the same. Just that they added 50 megapixel cameras, camera support, and 90 Hz refresh rate. Make of it what you will. Thank you very much for coming and sticking with me till the end. My name is Jeffrey. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Small actions like yours that keep me going. Big thanks to Michael Onu for subscribing again for my membership for the 3rd month in a row. Bro, thank you so much. It's people like you that keep me coming back. Oga Michael, thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye and stay safe.